Hello BookTube! Welcome to LizziefayeLovesBooks. I'm Elizabeth. And first of all, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you who have been watching my book purging videos and all of the cheerleading you've done and the kind words and the support. And it's just been a really fun process. I feel like I kind of need to do another good news, bad news video though, because the good news is I did decide to take, 210 books so far out of my, personal book collection. The bad news is I haven't done anything with them yet because I wanted to do at least one Unhaul video, and that's the video today, the Unhaul challenge. But the other bad news is that I have... I've ruined my phone for good this time. The phone is still alive in there, but I dropped it horribly the other day, and it's not working at all. So, all this drama with my phone. Now, I already had a cracked screen, but it is just broken. It's going to be about $200 to fix, but the good news is I still have this old faithful camera that I can do a video on if I need to or want to, and so here I am today. I am going to probably need to use it for a few more videos because it's going to be about $200 to fix my phone, and I don't know when I'm going to get that done, because the other good news is they have started our addition on our home, and so we have money set aside for that already, but I don't even want to borrow from that to fix my phone because we need it now for our addition, which is pretty exciting. And so I'm just really thankful for that. So anyway, we'll just take it a day at a time, as they say. But I wanted to come to you today to just kind of do one more step in my book purge process, and I want to do the book unhaul challenge video that I believe was created by Lala from Books and Lala, and there are 10 different categories to challenge you to unhaul books according to those categories. Now I kind of did it backwards. I already had the books picked that I was going to unhaul for one reason or another, and I went through and I picked books to fit into those categories. Now I believe all of the books I'm going to show you today are books that I would happily share with you. If any of you see any books in this list that you would like to have, I will be happy to send them to you. It might be a little while though, because my next $200 that I can put together, I gotta repair my phone. Then after that I can set aside some postage money. But anyway, that being said, let me know if there's any of these that you would be interested in having. Also, I do still owe 7 of you books that from my previous unhaul, and I have not forgotten you. I'll make a list down below. If you're already getting a package and if you see any of these you would like for me to put with them, then I will happily do that. So the rest of you though, feel free to speak up. So let's get going with the unhaul prompts. Now the first one is to unhaul a book or books that you rated low. The books I am choosing for this category: Your Oasis on Flame Lake by Lorna Landvik. I did listen to an abridged version of this on Hoopla and realized that it's really not my type of book, and I'm not interested in going back and reading the full version, so there's no point in keeping it. And then another book that I did read, this is a graphic novel, and I don't even think this deserves a 1. I just did not like this book at all. This is The Hunger Pains by Petrucha and Rick Parker, published by Paper Cuts. And I think this is a series, these paper cut slices, and they're parodies of, famous books or movies or whatever. Now there is another Hunger Games parody called The Hunger Pains that is a print version. It's a novel, and it is totally unrelated to this one. I have it too and haven't read it, but this is a graphic novel, and I just did not like it. Now if you're curious about it and you want me to send it to you so you can see if you like it or not, I'll be happy to send it to you. So then those two are books that I rated low. The next challenge is to find a book that you changed your mind about. Well, I actually have a whole author that I changed my mind about. I read 2 chapters of one of her books, and I've pretty much changed my mind. Now, Sarah from Not Just Romance Novels told me about another book written by this author that I might want to try, but I don't have that book, and so I'm not going to keep all of these, even if I end up trying that book at some point. So the books are by Jill Shalvis. I have just realized from reading part of the first Lucky Harbor book, and then I actually did listen to all of the first Animal Magnetism book. This is, I think, book 2 or 3, but I did listen to the first Animal Magnetism book, and I didn't really care for it either. It's just too steamy, too much foul language, and they're not for me. So I am letting these go and making room on my shelf for other mass market paperback romances that I have been enjoying and will continue to enjoy. Then the next challenge is to unhaul a series that you won't be completing. And I only have 2 from this series, and they're not even consecutive, but I did read In the Woods by Tana for book club, and meanwhile I had picked up book 4 at a book sale, which is Broken Harbor, and I have decided that I'm not interested in reading any more of this series, so I'm going to let both of these go. The next challenge is to let go of a book that you DNF'd. Well, I really don't DNF books. It's pretty rare, and if I do have a book on my shelf that I haven't finished, I'm probably keeping it so I can finish it. And so I don't have anything really picked out that is a true DNF. But I do have a book that I only listened to the abridged audio, and I probably won't go back and read the whole version. This is What We Keep by Elizabeth Berg. I thought the story was okay, but the main reason I started buying Elizabeth Berg books was because I was really drawn to the covers. And this is the only one of her books I have in mass market paperback, and I don't really care that much about this cover. This doesn't really fit with my collection of her books that have really amazing covers. There's nothing wrong with this cover, it's just not why I bought the book. I have bought so many Elizabeth Berg books for the cover that now I've just started buying her books, and so that was the case with this one. I saw it at a book sale, I decided to go ahead and get it, and then I saw that the audio was on Hoopla, listened to it, and you know, it was okay, but I don't need to keep this book. I was curious to remember what I had written on this post-it note, though, and when I was listening to this on audio, I made a note that the narrator said Mobile, Alabama. Really? Mobile, Alabama is a pretty large city. Now, maybe the narrator was not from the U.S. I'm sure that there are people around the world that don't know that Mobile, Alabama is pronounced Mobile, not mobile. But how did it get past the director or the producer or whoever is, you know, listening to these? How did that get past anybody for the narrator to say that and not have to redo that? Because that's just silly. Mobile, Alabama, really? Anyway, that bothered me about the audiobook. Okay, the next one is to unhaul books that you have multiple copies of. And I found 3 copies of this book, and I ended up actually keeping a paperback copy. We had 2 soft covers and 1 hardcover. I kept one of the soft covers because it fit better on the shelf. And this is Start Late, Finish Rich by David Bach, a no-fail plan for achieving financial freedom at any age. It's never too late to be rich. Well, we're not ever going to be rich, but the one thing we did glean from David Bach is the I believe he also wrote The Automatic Millionaire, and that is a great idea, to set up accounts and things automatically so that when you get paid, you have things that electronically are going into different, you know, savings or retirement or whatever. Set that up automatically. You know, you could start small and gradually increase it so that you don't even notice the difference, and that is amazing. So I'm pretty sure we got that tip from David Bach, and if you're interested in these, let me know. So the next challenge is to get rid of a book that you think you'll never actually get to. Well, these are 2 Christian nonfiction books that I set aside from all of the free windfall of books that we got last year, and I thought I might read them. I'm sure that they would be great, but I looked at them again and I thought, you know, I'm probably never going to get to these. They are both by Charles Swindoll, who I believe is a very well-respected Christian author and theologian. This one is called Dropping Your Guard. It says, in a society where isolation and loneliness are epidemic, where our most intimate comment is a glib, have a nice day, Charles R. Swindoll offers a refreshing and essential alternative. So that's what it's about. This one is called Growing Strong in the Seasons of Life. It's got a foreword by Billy Graham. It looks really good, but I just don't think I'm going to get to them. The next one is to get rid of a book that you bought because of all the hype. Now, I got this at a library sale. It is not much to look at. I did listen to it on audio. I got it because of the hype, because I thought this is a book that I need to read. I did listen to it, and I still don't get the hype. It's The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and I'm letting this go. The next challenge is to let go of a book you bought just because of the cover. I think the cover on this is so adorable, so cute. I got this at a rummage sale. It was like a benefit, a charity benefit rummage sale somewhere. I think it was for like a horse rescue place, and I sat right down. We were waiting for like a program to start or something. I read a couple of chapters of it, and I did not like it at all. It's been a while now, but it was just kind of crude and tacky. Not my type of book at all, and it's such a shame because the cover is so cute. It is called Having It and Eating It by Sabine Durant, but I'm just not interested in reading it. The next challenge is to let go of a book that you don't know anything about. Well, I'm also letting this one go because I have another copy of this book with a cover I like better. I've already mentioned Elizabeth Berg covers, and I realized that this cover has a wine bottle on it, and I'm not about wine or alcohol or anything. I'm a teetotaler, so I have another copy with another cover that I like much better, and I am letting this one go. I don't know anything about this book. Like I said before, I just started getting Elizabeth Berg books because some of her covers are amazing, and this is not a cover that I especially like. Then the last one is to let go of a book that you didn't buy. And I am going to let go of Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling. Now, I might still maybe listen to this on audio, but I was given a bag of books by the mom of one of my daughter's friends a while back. It's been like maybe over a year ago, and this is one that I just don't think I will ever get to, and I appreciate her thinking of me to give me the books, and I think all of the other books that she gave me. I've read at least one of them, maybe two of them so far, but I just don't think that I need to keep this one, so I'm gonna let it go. And I've got one other book here that I didn't buy. I won it in a prize package. It was from the Save Our Cozies readathon that they did a couple summers ago, and I won this really cool bag with some books in it. They were all gently used books, and I can't even remember now what all there was, but this particular book I'm interested in reading, but I think it's number 12 in a series. I think it's one of those older series that you don't need to read in order, but this book has tiny little print, so if I ever do read Gaudy Night by Dorothy L. Sayers, it won't be in this edition, so I am going to let this one go. So this is just a small portion of the 200 and something books that I am going to be moving out of my household, and that is all for this video. I might still do another video showing you all the other books I'm getting rid of, or I might just make a list down below of the books that I have to share that I'm willing to send to you in addition to these. If I get that done, it will show up in the description at some point. Otherwise, that's all for this video. I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.